I'm starting with some designs here. The ones that were on the wall before, I have the design and I've written in the colors exactly where I want them, white in the background, yellow for the petals, and brown for the actual center of the flower. And this one, of course, brown is made with yellow, red, and blue, all of the primary colors. I didn't tell you, of course, that this is green. So I've used white to begin with, then yellow, then blue to make the green, then red to make the center of the flowers. And of course, when I dipped it in black at the end, I crinkled the white background. So that's that one. This is a design I made with lilies, and it was yellow and red for the lily. And what I wanted to point out was the stamens here. I wanted the stamens in, but boy, it was really a pain in the butt to get the wax exactly where I wanted them. Unfortunately, I don't have the picture here. I gave it away. I ended up doing a lot of sewing to make the stamens and fix the problem. There's always a way to fix the problem. This one also started with white, went to blue, then red, kind of became a funny color of reddy pinky, a strange color combination. The gray on the background was all the black, and what happened here was I kept the center of the batik up above the water when I dyed it in the black. And so that's why the background here is black and the center remained the blue color. The tree was all done with sewing, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, a gazillion times. Of course, the sewing was done after the wax was taken out, but that was at a dry cleaner, so that's a whole other story. You don't want to get into that with kids. Now this last one, I also had on the window before on the curtain. Now, what I planned to do with that was I wanted to have the green leaves, black background this time, and the pink here. But of course, I just dipped it really quick in red to get pink, and I wanted yellow. Now, you should know that yellow and red, one way or another, is going to come out with orange. So I cheated. I wouldn't show the kids this one either. I cheated on this one. I drew the circle with the wax around where I wanted the yellow to be, and I painted on the dye. Let it dry. Then I put wax on top of the yellow and proceeded the way I normally would. No, I lied. Start again, I've forgotten totally. I outlined the petals and painted in the pink. That was it. Then I proceeded, yellow and blue makes green. Of course, I wouldn't have gotten the green. Then you can see just a faint bit of crackle in this one, and that was when I did the black. Okay, always good to confuse you when you weren't even confused in the first place, right? I'm going to go through the dyes now, and I have put in a salt and water solution into the bucket already, and I'm going to add the yellow dye. Now this is a Dylon dye, and there's the yellow. It's called sunflower yellow, so it should look like a sunflower, so it should work, we're hoping. And hopefully if my rubber gloves haven't totally melded together, we should be good. Always use rubber gloves. If you don't, you'll just look like, hey, you have funny colored hands, which is all right, I guess. So I'm going to put in the yellow and cheat and mix it up the easy way. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a swish so I don't have to get all my hands in there. You're just going to have to do some experimentation with your colors. First thing you do, I've already done this wax. I'm going to put it in cold water, and of course, if you don't have a sink, use a bucket or whatever. Then I'm going to dip it into the dye, And the first students that dye don't have to leave it in for very long. I have a very weak solution, so I'm going to leave it in the yellow for a while. I didn't realize you have to do some experimenting, and it's a good idea to do it at home or before the kids come in to make sure your yellow's actually got enough in there. I'll just fake it for this. Well, we wanted light yellow, didn't we? Yes, we did. We wanted light yellow. Whoops, forgot to dip. Dropped it, stick it in there. I wanted this star to be yellow, so it also is going in here. Now I'm just going to leave this and let it soak for a while. Normally I would take these all out and I would mix up some more, but this is just a demo here. I just wanted to show you the other colors I have, also Dylon dyes. They're Procyon dyes if you want to look up the chemical stuff about that. And this is Tulip Red, and this one is Ocean Blue. Those are the colors I'll be showing you again when I have dried these. And I have put on the next layer of wax. So the next step here, we're just going to pretend this is dark enough. I'm going to take this out, put it on the paper towel, take another paper towel, and blot out the color from the white wax. And you should still be seeing your pencil lines for your design. I usually flip it over and do the back as well. So this is done. A nice pale yellow, what I wanted the whole time. Here's the red after it's dry. Please notice, I didn't stress this enough, I don't think last time, that the white was saved, the white material was saved by the wax. It's not the wax color, it is what's saving the color underneath it. So this is Tulip Red. We'll move down and see the actual yellow. It's a little pale, but this is the, what did I call it, sunflower yellow. Those are the two designs I showed you on the first video. The star, that star will be white with everything now is yellow, even though it's not going to end up that way. Everything on this one is yellow except the background that I waxed to stay white. Going over here are those sunflowers a little bit close up. Red, yellow, and blue makes brown. Too much crackle for my taste, but that's again personal preference. Here are the tools that I had showed you. The acrylics are on the left, Tajanting in the center, and the bamboo brushes. I put that little beeswax candle just to remind you that you can melt candles into your batik. Nice. And here is my error. My error, of course, is when I was doing the other video, I painted on the pink. That was the very first thing I did. Painted on the pink after I waxed out the white outline. Then, after that was dry, of course, you never ever put wax on wet material. I dyed the whole thing in yellow, waited, waxed, then dyed it in a green, in blue to make green. And I just wanted to take note while we're on this one that that is a velvet black, the Dylon. I'm not advertising these dyes, I'm just showing you what I was using. And the last is the blue. Now, when I dyed this blue, it came out purple, and I nearly had heart failure. But it's not purple, it's blue when it dries. So just be careful when you're doing that. Ocean blue, that's what it's called. You'll see the outline on the triangle there, faintly in pencil. That's what I'm going to save as blue.